Come take a look at this.
Mr. Daniels, look at this.
The numbers, they keep getting bigger and bigger.
Clicks are off the charts.
Yeah, let's go ahead and stop that. I doubt we have the rights to show you that commercial, but don't worry. I'll summarize it for you. It's an encyclopedia company. Encyclopedia Atlantica. Mr. Daniels picks up his phone. He calls Yoshi. He's on the printing floor. Mr. Daniels is like, I need more printing. Yoshi gets real excited, starts printing the presses, and he picks up the phone, calls down the supply line, says, I need more trucking. All the lights come on and more trucks come in. And he calls shipping, and there's more ships. He calls the tree guy. Yoshi says, I need more trees. Supply guy's like, great, screw the trees. And then the whole thing cuts to a stock market trading floor. Cliche stock douche guy, maybe it's a stock douche girl, progressive, good for Adobe. She's looking at her screen, and she's like, oh shit, have you seen the stock of Encyclopedia Atlantica? So now they're buying, and it cuts back to Mr. Daniels, and woo, we did it, business, money. And it cuts again, two parents sitting on a couch, the baby's on the floor with an iPad. The baby keeps touching the iPad. Man, he really loves that thing. And then the camera zooms in on what the baby's doing, and it's like a in-app ad for Encyclopedia Atlantica. The baby's just clicking on the ad. Buying encyclopedias. Boom, yeah, see, that's the punchline. Baby's buying. The baby is the clicker and the buyer, but not really a buyer, just a clicker. You know what the major problem with this commercial is? It was made in 2013, and it's still incredibly applicable today. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Ben, and this is the Reach Analytic Vlog Series, Episode 4. And today, we're talking about clickers versus buyers. Let's look at digital as a whole. Digital advertising is great, right? Worldwide ad spend was up about 19% in 2017 to $275 billion. It's expected to continue to grow rapidly through 2021 and reach upwards of $375 billion. But this is not without its problems. So one of the major issues facing digital marketers is getting to what's called your initial target audience. You need to figure out who your audience is and exactly who am I going to reach. Agencies and brands spend a lot of time on important things like creative development and making channel decisions, but they tend to skimp on the targeting aspect of it, and in the end, they don't know enough about who they're trying to go after. In digital today, everyone acts like they know their audience. We're all very aware that we have to know our customers. We do a good job of putting on a show that we're reaching the right people. And we shy away from the question, is this a buying audience? Not, are they gonna click? Did we drive leads? Did we gain some awareness? Those are media metrics. At the end of the day, business leaders wanna know, will this campaign make money? This is a really hard question to answer. When you create an initial target audience based on digital-only data, this can result in a lot of inaccuracy. For instance, you might have bad profiling data where someone isn't exactly who you think they are, or you might think that based on their online behavior that they're in market for a certain product, or they like this, that, or whatever. You're making inferences, and a lot of times they're wrong. The other issue is just plain inaccurate technology. Look at Google Maps. Their AI is collecting information these days about where I've been and where I'm going and pushing little predictive messages to me based on that information. It gets it wrong every day. The problem is they're off by like 100 feet. There's this Methodist church across the street from Reach, and where do you think it thinks I'm going in the morning? To Reach? To work? No. This Methodist church! Imagine what Google thinks of me. Every morning, 40 hours a week, they think I'm at the church, not in my office. According to Google, either I'm a pastor or an extremely devout Methodist. The thing is, in digital, it's very difficult to tell the difference between these clickers that show false intent and true buyers. And that's the whole point of this Adobe commercial. To say, if you're focused on fluff metrics like clicks, it's going to create real problems. And you might say, oh no, that's so yesterday. We don't focus on clicks. But we know that's not true. We see agency after agency use targeting that drives lots of clicks, but a dismal proportion of those leads become buyers. Until agencies get serious about driving not just clicks and leads, but buyers, they're gonna keep losing business. There is an upside to digital, and that's that it's real time. Yes, your initial target audience is gonna have too many clickers, right? But it's a fast process to put a campaign out, track the results, and update your audience. We hear this all the time, often, about how cheap and easy it is to test and iterate on digital. If you look more closely, digital iteration is not nearly as cost effective as people make it out to be. So as always, what's the point? Here it's that you need a better initial target audience. And yes, the entirety of your target audience and your first audience is not going to be made up of buyers. It might be 10%, but that might not be enough for your campaign to be profitable. So if you can just go from 10 to 15, that's gonna help your marketing generate real revenue. So how do you do this? Predictive marketing. No, but seriously, predictive marketing. Oh, you guys are still here. We were gonna do the whole interview portion for the second half, but we don't really have anybody that knows anything about predictive marketing or agencies. Yeah, just kidding. We're gonna bring in our CEO who knows all about these things. I'll scooch over and make some room for him here on the couch. We're gonna ask him some good questions. Welcome to the Reach Analytics vlog series.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is number 4. Yeah, we're talking about clicks versus buyers.
Yeah.
On this one, we wanted to ask you some questions.
Perfect. That's a fantastic topic.
What do you think the top problem is facing agencies today?
I think that essentially agencies are under a lot of pressure right now. Essentially, platforms and some of the marketing platforms became more and more sophisticated. And rather than providing more tools and more insight to the agency, what it did is that it actually took all of this information away from them, being purely like black box. And they end up, if we put it to the extreme, they end up being a button pusher.
So it seems like some of these large technology platforms have almost kind of created this problem for the agencies. Do you think technology can help them fix it as well?
Right. I'm not really sure that technology is actually the source of the problem. I think the source of the problem could actually be a little bit broader, and if anything, it's actually becoming worse, and I'm talking about regulation. If we look at it as can technology essentially solve it, I would say absolutely, right? And the way to do it is, I think, it's probably stepping outside a little bit of the pure advertising world, and starting to see the problem with a broader scope, with maybe marketing lens.
Why do they need to know so much about their customers?
People and myself as a consumer, I'm expecting more and more from brands. I'm expecting people to do their background work, essentially. Yeah. I'm expecting them, before contacting me, to actually know something about me and be able to personalize the information.
How does using data, third-party data or offline data, impact privacy?
With the increased requirements in terms of data privacy, what happened is that the value of targeting of these platforms is going to decrease dramatically, right? Because some of the best source of data for them, these third-party data, are not available anymore. So essentially, we see that by becoming stricter in terms of data privacy, we are making the job of this platform a lot harder.
Why does this one matter now?
Essentially, what we see is that there is this all these platforms that are in place that take away most of the know-how, because essentially it prevents them from having deep understanding about the audience. And essentially they are cornered to an area where all they do is pretty much push a couple of audiences on Facebook or something like that.
Thanks guys. Hey, as always, appreciate you watching. If you like this video, leave a comment below or find us on Twitter and Instagram. Let us know what your experience has been in avoiding clickers and finding more buyers. Cheeto? No? All right, see you later then.